as we open up the second quarter here at Spartan Stadium. It's been the Chucky Keaton Show, 9 of 12 through the air.
Well, Chucky's been doing it with his legs and his arms. As you can see, when nothing's there, he's been smart enough to put it away, and then finding the open receivers in this defense that's very tough. And then again, a nice touch throw. I felt the DB kind of helped out a little bit on that, but still, Chucky put it where his receiver could have success.
They only had 243 total yards in the loss at BYU last week. A season-low 41 rushing, opening things up in the downfield passing game. That was one of the focal points for Coach Anderson and the Aggies this week. Now, on third down, a screen set up by the Spartans into the hands of Eskridge, and that's shut down. Kyler Fackrell, he's made 3 big plays here in the first half.
Well, that was a gel break blitz coming in. Fells does everything to back up, give his back sometimes, but look at what Fackrell does. Fights off through the blocker, makes a big play. You can see why he got WAC Player of the Week last week.
Coach Anderson says the sky's the limit for this kid out of Mesa, Arizona. Wade's punt, fair catch called for and made by Cameron Webb at midfield. Another short field to work with for the Aggies, up by 11. Here's a look what's happening in the WAC. Texas San Antonio with their unbeaten record on the line, trailing.
Well, like you just called it, Trey, we don't really know what they did against tough competition. Rice is tough competition, and right now they're down. We have to see if they come back. But the big game tonight, Texas A&M against Louisiana Tech. We'll see what happens. These teams were supposed to play the first week of the season, but because of the hurricane down there, they had to reschedule.
Well, that at the Independence Bowl in Shreveport, Louisiana. Aggies from the 50-yard line starting this series. Here's Williams. To the outside, look out. Williams to the 30, could go. Kerwin Williams is gone. 50 yards, touchdown Utah State.
You can see right there the play was effective because it was a sweep. And in this type of situation, Kerwin Williams just needs a crease. You give him a crease, he will take it to the house every time. Kerwin has great top-end speed, and when he gets outside, he's a mismatch for just about everybody.
Could be the WAC Player of the Year. That's his 4th rushing touchdown. And the Aggies shocking the homecoming team here, San Jose State. Look at the numbers on the ground. He also kills you with his ability catching the football.
Well, he's a leading receiver on Utah State's offense in receiving the ball. He just hasn't caught any yet today. But he's a true dual threat. Think of him like a Scoggins. These quick type of backs that can get out there, kill you in open field, but still run between the tackles.
Yeah, Damon Ogburn Jr. shaken up on that last play. Once Williams turned the corner, it was over.
It was over. It was definitely over. He put that foot down, put a different speed, and nobody was catching him.
Diaz 3 for 3 on extra points. Kerwin Williams, the senior from Las Vegas, the WAC leader in all-purpose yardage, rushing yardage, takes it to the house. Aggies by 18. Gary Anderson, coming off a 6-3 loss at BYU, said we want to open up our attack this week, get more perimeter oriented, take shots downfield, have big plays. They got one from Williams. They're getting everything they want in that big play category.
Everything they want. They're catching the aggressiveness of the San Jose State defense in the wrong spots so that they're able to exploit them. That first touchdown caught the defense being too aggressive, looking in the backfield. Got the touchdown in the corner. The second touchdown, the DB that got hurt, Ogden Jr., took advantage of that, and then again on that play.
Ron Benford kicks it off. And David Freeman on the return out to the 33-yard line. The Spartans will get started from there. This team has to be a little bit shell-shocked here, and their offense has been in a rut.
Well, you can see just schematically what's happened. The Utah State defense definitely has come amped up. The San Jose State defense has been amped up, but they haven't been in control, where Utah State's defense has been in control, and that's been the story of it. And you're going to see right now in this kind of situation, they're switching up a little bit and going to try to go after a little bit more running.
It's going to be Blake Jurek. Their guy they use in short yardage situations, wildcat formations. He can throw the ball, but better known for his running ability. From the 33, gonna keep it, running right, puts his head down, breaks the tackle, and up to the 39. Essentially, he's like a running back that just takes a direct snap, picks up 6 on that play.
Well, it's an advantage for the offense, because what you're doing is you're taking one extra person out of the box. because they have to cover those receivers. You have to honor him because he can't throw the ball and allow somebody like Jurek to be able to take advantage and run.
The third leading rusher, he had 32 on the ground and a touchdown, led the team in their 2017 loss at Stanford. 2nd and 3, straight ahead. They go to the ground game again and close to a first down. Appears they have it. That will move the chains as they give it to Eskridge on that carry.
Well, it's one of those kind of situations. You got to be honest. You got to continue to run down the like I call it, the nose. But what happens is at some point you're going to have to switch up a little bit. This defense is very stout, and they're stoutest down the middle.
Jurek, whose dad Jerry played quarterback at Oregon back in 1976. Leading the charge here for San Jose State. Wants to put it in the air. Downfield. Wants Carr. Davis is back there, and it's incomplete. Davis is closest to the football.
I like it. You have to throw the ball when Jurek's in there, just so the defense cannot tee off on it. But you're seeing this is where he's inexperienced. He just puts this ball deep and in the middle. The only person that has a chance for that is Will Davis, not his receiver. And he stands in there nice and tight, but that was just a bad throw. You can see why they utilize him.
There's Paul Pucala, the junior end from Oakland, just up the road with the pressure that time. 2nd and 10. Liaina straight ahead. Runs into Pucala. Short gain, and it'll be 3rd down and 7 coming up here.
Now here you are, manageable situations. Now you can see they're running people in and out. They're very good at getting you in 3rd down. San Jose State is 3rd and 7 right now. They have to find a way to keep this drive going and convert this. We talked about it before. They didn't respond last time. Another point got put on the board. They have to get something on the board because at the end of this half, start the 3rd quarter, Utah State gets the ball first.
So they have 14 sacks, 2nd to San Jose State in that category. Showing blitz here on 3rd and long. Here they come, and they have Fails in trouble at Sacker back at the 35. It was Fili Moyatu with help from Vigil, and they sacked Fails on the 3rd and long.
He had absolutely no chance. As soon as he got to the back of his drop, watch this. As he gets the ball, takes 1, 2, 3. He doesn't even have a chance to look. Fili Moyatu, Bojay right there, we've talked about his intensity. He just blew through the seam to create that.
13-yard loss, so they'll have to punt it away, and that is shanked off the side of Harrison Wade's foot and out of bounds. And it's all coming unraveled here for the Spartans. Things are heading south for them pretty quickly.
It surely is right now. This is not the type of half that Coach McIntyre told us that he expected his kids to come out and do. He said, we played this team tight the past 2 years where it's come down to the last drive. And right now, I guarantee he's upset because the execution of his guys is not good right now.
Jay, this is the 3rd time as they try to console Wade over there. The 3rd time the Aggies have started a drive consecutively from the midfield stripe. They're giving them half a field to work with. And already down by 18, their biggest deficit this year. Keaton gonna keep it. And he rumbles to the Spartans 45 for 5 yards.
And that's what's tough about it. And you look at the numbers, when you give guys like this the ball from the 50-yard line in, they're going to make you pay for it. We saw what happened last time Kurt Williams took it to the house, but they are very dangerous. You don't want to give them a short field to work with. It's too tough on your defense.
They've already opened things up with a passing game. Now the running game starting to take advantage of things. On 2nd down, Keaton looking downfield. Pocket collapses, and he gets a yard out of it. Great escape from Travis Ricidi, who finally grabs him. 3rd down coming up.
That's a big play by Ricidi, making it where the defense is finally coming up with some plays. And he did what he needed to do right there to force that come off a block and wrap up around the legs. Now they got to get a stop here. If they want to get some success in this quarter, they got to get a stop here.
3rd and 4 from the 44. Empties the backfield, Williams in motion. Pressure coming. Keaton delivers a strike. Austin's got it. 1st down Aggies. 3-step drop on the money.
Chucky Keaton read the blitz, saw the delayed blitz coming, knew where the hot route was, and found the receiver and got the ball out. And as you can see right here, watch as the ball comes out. He knows, he looks to his left, he knows exactly where he's going, what's coming. And this is what Coach Anderson says, that Chucky Keaton has gotten smarter as a player.
7-yard pickup. They keep the drive going. 3 receivers stacked now to the bottom of the screen. You see him there. Austin, Reynolds, and Jacobs. Keaton will throw that way into the hands of Jacobs. Blockers in front, and a positive play from the 38 to the 32. 6 yards on that one.
Well, and you're seeing now, you see how Utah State runs one variation of their screen. All 3 of these guys are lined up so the front 2 can get a block to allow Jacobs to get the ball. If you remember San Jose State, when they tried to do the receiver screen, he was naked out there. There was nobody in front of him and allowed the Lawson to come up and make the tackle on it.
Travis Johnson was over there from his defensive end spot to make that play. On 2nd down, Keaton rolling right. Throws, it's caught by Van Leeuwen, and a first down to the 20. He's like a surgeon right now. This may be the best he's played all year long, picking apart the secondary.
Defensive coordinator Kent Bear has to figure something out here to slow Chucky down. You're seeing they do a rollout, pull the guard out there in front of him to give him a little bit more time. So as the defender responds to Chucky, and it leaves Van Leeuwen wide open.
That's 11 of 14, 133 yards, couple touchdowns for Keaton. Football now at the 21. Pump fake. Keaton has a man. It's Van Leeuwen. Touchdown, Utah State. Keaton to Van Leeuwen. 3 touchdown strikes here in the first half, and they're blowing this thing open.
That play was so effective because they did the bubble screen just 2 plays earlier. So now they fake it. They come right back to Van Leeuwen on a receiver going right up the seam. They get the points because the defense was expecting the bubble screen.
What a shocking development here. A key whack opener for 2 teams with bowl aspirations. It's been all Utah State as Diaz adds the extra point. Travis Van Leeuwen, the junior from Provo, Utah, with his first touchdown grab. It's all Aggies in the pewter jerseys, looking good in the Bay Area. The visitors from Logan, Utah enjoying this one. Homecoming at San Jose State, not the start the Spartans wanted. 100 yards of total offense in the second quarter for Utah State. It's Ben Keaton doing the job.
Yeah, you see right here, it gets it to Jacobs to start with. Bad coverage, then a nice fade route there to Austin. Gets the ball in for the second touchdown. Then you're going to see right there, Kurt Williams using the speed. Chop, good cut block there, creating the space. He does the rest with his legs. And then this final touchdown, because they set him up on the bubble screen, open up for Van Leeuwen just to run up the seam, catch that touchdown.
Now the Aggies have gotten better and better quickly under Gary Anderson. As you look at the total yardage number, dominating here, especially in the second quarter. The kickoff from Bentrud. It's Freeman, and they bottle him up right at the 25-yard line. Utah State has a 5-game conference winning streak on the line here. You think about their losses this year, by 2 points at Wisconsin, by 3 points last year at BYU, but Gary Anderson, he's got this conference figured out. He knows what it takes to get to a bowl game, and of course their goal every year, every week is WAC championship.
Right, but they play the style of offense and defense they play a smash mouth style. It may look a little different on offensively, but they really believe in controlling the line of scrimmage offensively and defensively. And right now, you can see this defensive line is controlling San Jose State right now.
David Fales has been held in check. He's in at quarterback. Red snap from center, hands it off to Eskridge. And 6 yards up to the 31, sets up a 2nd down and 4.
Good start by them. Good run play. You notice they didn't try to go down the gap. They went off guard tackle. They're very stout up front. You got to find a different way to beat this defense than up the middle.
We'd love to get Eskridge on track. Minnesota's leading rusher for 2 years before transferring to the Spartans. Play action now. Fails his hit as he throws. Has a man, tight end Tui Tupou. And a big play for the Spartans. Out of bounds at the 34-yard line. Peter Tui Tupou, the senior from Orem, Utah.
Look at the pressure come up the gap. Still getting through 3 guys. He steps up in there. Good job by Fales. Knowing he's going to get hit. Gets the ball out. And then right there, Peter does the rest, getting up the sideline, getting a big game. That's the kind of spark San Jose State offense needed.
His biggest catch as a collegiate, 35 yards for Tui Tupou. First down from the 34 now. Eskridge puts his head down, and he's inside the 31. This is a guy they'd love to get going. 5 times over 100 in his career.
Oh, exactly. And Dave Aranda, the defensive coordinator for Utah State, we've done a few of their games. They've dialed so many more blitzes this game than we've seen them combine in a lot of them. They usually don't like to do that, but he must have saw something in the interior of the San Jose State line, and he's been taking advantage of it. But this series, San Jose State is starting to pick it up.
2nd and 6 now. They split out Otten, the tight end, bottom of the screen. Leah Ina is in the backfield. Fails, pump fakes, looking for his tight end. Otten in coverage, incomplete. 2 Aggies were back there near the goal line. And there's a late flag. Wow. It was delayed, but it came in.
Right. The judge on the right side, the field judge, is looking right at it. I'm still trying to figure out what he was trying to decide, but the back judge clearly saw it and threw it, but the guy on the side had...
Pass interference defense, number 21, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Yeah, so I you know, being a DB, I've always had issues with referees sometimes, but he's getting messed around. He has no opportunity to make a play on the ball. How he doesn't call that, he just stares at him. You know, now I've always had some conversations with him when that happened,
right.
But, you know, this is a G-rated show.
Well, that's Brian Sweet that they're going to flag for the pass interference. So 15-yard penalty gives the Spartans some life now at the Aggies 15. Grigsby in motion. Fails. Out of the backfield, Leah Ina tackled by Fackrell. Good open field tackle, but still a 5-yard pickup to the 10.
Now that's a good move. Everything is working for San Jose State right now. They got to have this Utah State defense on his heels. And so they go with the little fullback screen. This is his 2nd or 3rd catch of the season, trying to catch the defense in a bad spot, something they don't expect. But now you're in short and manageable. This drive is crucial. You have to put 7 on the board to try to keep pace with what Utah State is doing.
Look at Leah Ina with his 4th catch of the season from that fullback position. 2nd and 5 from the 10. And again, the pump fake fails over the middle. It's almost intercepted. That was in the hands of Jake Dowdy, and he couldn't hang on.
The East linebackers are long and rangy. They know how to jump. You can see right there, it's a good thing it wasn't picked off. I know where he wanted to go, but they have a very smart football IQ when it comes to being in the right position. And these linebackers know how to do it. That's why Coach Anderson went to this 3-4. He found he had better athletes at linebackers than he did at defensive end. So he said, how do I get my best players on the field? And you see why.
Great instincts. That's one of the first things they mentioned about Dowdy at inside linebacker. He wanted Otten as tight end on that one. 3rd down now. Fails. Over the middle. It's Eskridge. He has a first down. Hammered by Sweet as he knocks it inside the 5-yard line. 1st and goal from there.
Good choice by Fails. He had 2 receivers coming across each other, but you see, he looks the defense off, waits for the guy, opens up, puts it just where his guy can get it. Enough for that conversion of the first down.
Big play right there as we near the 6-minute mark. Spartans looking for something positive to build on. Nearing halftime. From the 3 now. Fails to the corner. It's caught. Touchdown. Kyle Nunn went up there and took it away from the defender, and the Spartans are finally in the end zone.
Oh, this play was a nice throw by Fails to put it at a high point, and then Kyle Nunn does the rest, going up to his highest point, taking the ball away from Nevin Lawson. 5'10", 183. Kyle Nunn, 6'2", 198. Taking advantage of his height, going up to the highest point, getting the touchdown.
6'2", junior from Carson, California, Austin Lopez, and he stays perfect with a field goal and an extra point, and it's 28-10. That's more of the Spartan offense they're accustomed to seeing around here.
It is. You see right here, drops back throw, throws that ball. Now it's just a jumping match. Nevin Lawson was in great position. He should have had the interception. But you can see right there, Kyle Nunn wanted it more.
Lawson frustrated at 5'10", loses the size advantage to this guy.
And it is not much of a slight advantage. I always win against guys that size, but it's about positioning. And you saw what happened when Nunn jumped up. His situation, he jumped higher than Lawson did. And when Lawson jumped, he was already at his highest point.
7 plays, 75 yards, and that's just what the doctor ordered for San Jose State.
Yes, they needed this. They needed the points. They needed to put together a drive after shooting themselves in the foot. Maybe they figured out what defense coordinator Dave Aranda was trying to do with the multiple blitz, because this team doesn't blitz that much, but they were blitzing the seams. It looks like they figured it out a little bit there.
Harrison Wade's kickoff will be returnable. It's bobbled and picked up by Reynolds. And he's gang tackled near the 15-yard line. Good coverage from San Jose State. Now the question is, can the Spartans defense, which has been tough all year long, slow down Utah State? They haven't shown they've been able to do that at all in the first half.
Right now, Kent Bear and Coach Anderson talk about, they're very familiar with him. His ties with Utah State and everything else. He has to figure out a way to keep the intensity going, but have his guys play the assignments they're supposed to, because that's what's allowed this to happen. Busted assignments.
They have not forced the Aggies to punt here in the first half. 4 touchdown drives. Ben Wakarian as a corner defensively for the Spartans here. They set up the screen. Caught by Swindle. Gets past Ben Wakarian. Stays with him. And the corner, who you spotted on this near side, made a nice play.
And Benet, he made a nice play because he got out of position. It was a receiver screen, bubble screen again. He's supposed to stay outside in, keep the play inside. He comes running inside. Fortunately, he makes the tackle. Otherwise, that could have been a big game.
3-yard pickup. Swindle, the freshman, off the field. Keaton goes to the sideline. Reynolds, Yell with the tackle with help from Orth. It'll be a 3rd and short coming up. They mark the football, let's see, at the 23-yard line.
This is one of those situations. You know Utah State likes these bubble screens. You have to do better as a defense and be in position. You have to see they had the numbers on you out there. The outside linebacker had to screw out more.
3rd and a couple. Bartlett, the tight end, in motion. Keaton wants to throw. Throws on the run, incomplete, intended for Austin. Coverage by Ben Wakarian, no flags, and they finally forced the punt team out there.
That was a good 3 and out for the San Jose State defense. They finally seemed to adjust the momentum to get things going a little bit their way. Now, what's crucial is this: you got 5:13, you have an opportunity to have a short field. You don't need any penalties on this. If they jump off sides, that's going to give them a first down, so they have to play sound and smart.
Tyler Bennett, the senior from Phoenix, with a wobbling kick, fielded at the 37-yard line by Ronnie Yell. The Spartans will take over from there. Momentum starting to move towards the home team. 5:07 to go, second quarter. Aggies by 18. This was his debut against Stanford, a 3-point loss to the Cardinal.
Yeah, and you see right there, there's a pocket for him. When he has time, Fells is very effective finding the open receivers, moving the ball around to different guys, allowing the offense to move down and get the situations where they can score. And you can see right there, that's what they needed on this past drive. They gave him some time, switched some things up. He was able to get points on the board.
Numbers today is the highest rating for a Spartan quarterback in 40 years at this point of the season. Play action on first down. Deep ball, Grigsby's open. He's got it at the 30. Noel Grigsby inside the 15 and then horse-collared out of bounds. No flag thrown in, but a big play. Fails to Grigsby, his go-to guy.
What a huge play by Fells to set this defense up with a stutter and go. Look on the bottom of your screen. Grigsby stutters like he's going out, takes him up the field, gets behind Will Davis, makes an acrobatic catch. Now watch this horse collar that's missed right there. Surprised that didn't get called. A big play by this offense. If they can put more points on the board right now, it really adjusts how this game is going to go.
School career leader in receptions, picks up 50 on that play. Spartans knocking on the door again. Jurek back in at quarterback now. And he's shut down right at the line of scrimmage. Lapualo in there. Fackrell. And McKay Brady, the safety as well.
They got some big boys in there. You're looking at AJ right there. He's 6'3", 307. Connor, 6'3", 271. Al Lapualo, 6'3", 284. They really clogged that middle up with the linebackers coming in. That is not an easy place to run.
Jurek remains on the field after Fales completed the big pass play of 50 yards. It's second down now. Going to keep it straight ahead, and Blake Dozer inside the 9. And now it's third down coming up, and they'll bring Fales back on the field.
Yeah, this is one of those situations I think it puts Fales in a harder spot because the defense pretty much knew that Jurek was going to run the ball, so you're able to tee off. Now Fales comes in, you know chances are it's going to be a pass, so it allows the defense to actually key off on certain plays. So I understand when they switch up to it. I'd like to see them both out there on the field, make it that kind of tough for them.
Here's what they've done on third down. This would be 3rd and 6 from the 8. You get a first down inside the 2-yard line. Fails. Deep drop. Fackrell after him. Hit as he throws, and it's incomplete. No flag thrown intended for Grigsby. Davis on the coverage, but they were after Fales on that play.
Wow, that was one of those kind of plays that it looked like it could have been a holding penalty on San Jose State and a pass interference. But you're going to see Fales sits in that pocket. He's waiting and moves up right there. I thought that possibly could have been a hold. And yeah, that's incidental contact right there. He just tripped over Grigsby as they were going for the ball. Right there, you can see it. The defender has the right to try to go for the ball, and it wasn't catchable.
Here's Lopez. He's already connected from 25. This will be a 26-yard kick. And the true freshman is perfect on the year. 11 for 11. One of 17 true freshman place kickers at the FBS level, and he makes it 28-13.
Well, they would have loved to have the touchdown, but 3 is better than nothing. And in this kind of situation, it's 3-13. The offense did very well, moved the ball down on the play calling. I don't like what they did once they got down the red zone. I really feel when they bring Jurek into those kind of situations, you're impeding the flow of the offense. But that being said, I think the defense may have found its feet that last series, and we'll see this series if they're able to do it again, or if Utah State is able to make the adjustments offensively and run the rest of this clock out for the half.
Yeah, just what we thought, right? You know, 2 of the top defenses in college football, low-scoring slugfest here. But you just never know in this conference.
You never know, because that's the two. Whenever you have 2 tough defenses, sometimes they explode for points, right. You know, and so you just never know what's going to happen.
And when you got a guy like Kerwin Williams and Fales and the big play receivers for the Spartans, there's always a chance there will be a lot of points put on the board. Wade, his kick returned by Reynolds out of the end zone. Reynolds breaks the tackle. Travis Reynolds to the 30. And finally hammered by the kicker, Wade, as Reynolds loses his helmet out of bounds at the 33-yard line.
What a tough run by Reynolds. He ran through 2 arm tackles. Watch as he catches his ball. 5 yards in the end zone, comes out, following his blockers. First opportunity right there, jumps over, breaks through 1 arm tackle. Here comes the second one. As they wrap up, he's breaking through that, and here comes the kicker trying to clean him up. Kickers are always good for that. They always like to come in and get that last little hit.
They get all the glory, right?
Yes.
The Aggies are in good field position after that return by Reynolds at the 32-yard line. 3:05 to work with. And a couple timeouts as well. Keaton in some trouble. Johnson after him, throws a strike for a first down. Caught by Bartlett to the 43. That is not an easy play to make with Johnson in your face.
Not at all. Falling backwards, making the throw, and then Bartlett. What a catch. I wasn't sure if that was going to him or Matt Austin, but look at this ball as it floats up. To have a big boy like that be able to turn around and catch the ball, that's huge.
Bartlett, an all-conference candidate, 50-year senior from Blue Springs, Missouri. They send him in motion this time. And around, it's Chuck Jacobs. Johnson read it, though. The Spartans have him in trouble, and Tui Tupou gets him back at the 28.
That's what we're talking about in regards to lane assignment. You're looking at what happens when Travis Johnson stays home. doesn't bite what's going on. Sees the guard coming to him. He's in the right place at the right time, takes the perfect angle, forces it back the other way, and Derek Wava does the rest.
Loss of 12, second and 22 now. Keaton, slant route caught by Austin. That's defended well. Ball comes free. It's loose, and the Spartans have it. No, they're going to say he was down at the 36-yard line. They say Austin had possession and the knee hit the ground.
I believe that's going to get reviewed, but you're going to see it's a bang-bang play. There's Austin catch. Now he gets hit. As he gets hit, that ball looks like it's moving before he goes down, so it could be a no catch if they say that he didn't have possession long enough. Watch, catch, hit, ball's moving. That could be a no catch. So it could be a fumble, it could be a no catch. That's the only two ways I see it. I don't see how they can say that's a catch and he was down.
That appears to be an incomplete pass.
It looks incomplete to me. Because he didn't make a football move, and he didn't have complete possession as you watch. Look at Ronnie Yell, he catches it, the ball's there. See, he didn't take a complete step, he's trying to wrap it up, but he didn't secure it.
Now, is there an argument here that this is a catch and then a fumble?
It could slightly be, if you're going to say the momentum. If he didn't get hit by Ronnie Yell, his momentum would have probably kept him going. They could rule it that way.
Now, the ruling on the field is a catch
and
he's down. He was clearly not down from what we're seeing here.
No, so they could say catch, fumble. And since San Jose State recovered the ball, they would get the ball.
This is a very big call with 1:53 to go. If the Spartans somehow get this thing overturned, they'll have the ball at the 36. They've requested this look right here.
And you can see, here's the catch. 1 foot down, then he's hit. As he's hit, the ball's moving. You can see it moving right there. It is definitely coming out before his knee touches the ground. So the question is, 1 of 3.
Now, the call on the field is confirmed.
So they're saying he was down at the 36-yard line.
I don't agree with that. I don't see how. To me, it's 1 or 2. If you look at it, it looked clearly like the ball was coming loose. That being said, they got 3rd long. This defense has to step up and make a play, try to give the offense a chance again.
Here's the Aggies got a break right there. They'll keep it at the 36, 3rd and 17. And now the officials will blow the whistle here. Now they'll get things set. The clock was not moving, and now it is moving. Near the 140 mark, 3rd and 17. Keaton in some trouble. Has a man open, it's Williams. Williams to midfield, hammered by Benwick Curry. He just unloaded on him on the 49-yard line.
And he hit him to get him out of bounds to stop the clock. But look at Chucky. He's so elusive. He steps into the pocket, thinks he's going to get ready to get sacked, gets out, gets the ball out to Kerwin Williams, and then Benny right there. Nice blow.
So 4th and 4, and Bennett will try to pin him back. Ronnie Yell standing back inside the 10. Bennett's kick, end over end. Fair catch called for and made by Yell at the 15. Spartans defense stops him again, and they'll get an opportunity with a little bit of time left. Coming up, stay with us at halftime. We will take a look at Notre Dame and their great season, and specifically linebacker Monte Teo. A talk with San Jose State Athletic Director Gene Blameyer, who is huge in terms of the resurrection of that Boise State program. Trying to do the same thing here at San Jose State. Halftime highlights and stats as well. Very entertaining first half. It appeared that the Aggies were going to run away and hide, but some life now from the home team. Fales has 3 timeouts to work with. Jones near the sideline and out of bounds at the 22-yard line. Coverage applied over there by Terrence Alston.
Yeah, that's one of those situations right now. San Jose State is trying to be smart with the ball. You want to make some throws towards the sideline just so guys can get out of bounds. You got a lot of field you have to cover. But you're going to watch this Utah State defense. They put some pressure. I don't know if they're going to dial up pressure in this 2-minute situation.
They bring some pressure. Fails to the sideline again. It's Otten, the tight end, and that's a first down. And that play available on that near sideline, the short side of the field.
Right, but Utah State's going to give them that all day long because they know there's not that much time on the clock. So if you want to take the little rinky-dink stuff, get you a couple yards, they're going to give that to you. You have to find a way to find a seam in these defenses if you want to move down and get some points on the board, because Utah State comes out first in the second half with the ball. So you'd like to at least get another score on the board.
Jones in a slot to the left as you look down the line of scrimmage. They have 2 receivers to each side. Same pattern, same play. Grigsby the catch, out of bounds to 35, 7 more yards.
So I like what they're doing. That's a little bit more. It's better when you get 7 to 8 yards a chunk. That will move you a little bit closer in chains. Clock is still sitting at 105, so that it is definitely working with what they want to do. And the defense starts to get a little frustrated because they can't get to you. There's no pressure getting to Fales right now.
Gary Anderson's team getting off to a 28-3 start here. The Spartans have scored the last 10 points. Fales has been big in 2-minute situations. Had a couple touchdown drives at San Diego State in a hurry. Here's Eskridge out of the backfield, and he's out of bounds to 41. That's a first down. And a pickup of 5 more yards.
Now, I really love that play calling because they caught Utah State coming from a blitz on the top of the screen. That left the running back wide open right there. And you're seeing Eskridge taking advantage of that. That was a great play call.
They haven't had to use any timeouts. They still have 3 remaining. Coach Mack and his team with the football now at the 42. He has to be proud of the way they battled back here late in the second quarter.
This team likes to fight. They have to keep that fight going if they want to win these games. They have heart.
Kyle Nunn is the big target at 6'2". He split bottom of the screen. Failed all kinds of time. And Jones goes up and grabs it. First down grab to the Aggies 33. What a play from the junior from Los Angeles.
Look at the pocket presence. Look at how much time he gets. He sits back, he's waiting now. He throws soap on the rope. He knows the safety is coming. Brady, and so he puts in a position where his receiver can catch it.
25-yard pickup. Now they're nearing scoring range. To the sideline, Jones again run out of bounds by Jimani Robertson at the 26. They're getting chunks, 5, 6, 7, 10 yards.
And now they have time to make it work. Now look at this catch from Berthaud. And look at what Jones does. As he goes up to catch that ball, puts it away. Nice catch, making sure the hand's underneath so that that ball doesn't get overturned as it drops.
130 career receptions for Chandler Jones. That was one of the better ones he's hauled in his career. Still 3 timeouts to work with. 2nd and 3. Pressure coming. Fails in trouble. Sacked back at the 34. The corner blitz from Nevin Lawson.
Fales is having a hard time picking up some of these corner blitz. You see coming from your left side of the screen, it's just a jailhouse break coming at him, and he doesn't have the presence to feel it, to roll to his right. Watch the top of the screen. Here it comes. The corner's coming off the tight end. The hot route is to the tight end, but he did not see it, and he got another sack. I guarantee you, Coach McIntyre and offensive coordinator Brian Lindgren, when they get him in there at halftime, they're going to have to talk to him about feeling and seeing these blitzes, rolling away from it, and throwing the ball away to save the yardage.
That is 6 sacks for the Aggies today. 2 of them from the corner Lawson. They bring everybody from all kinds of angles.
Well, like I said, it's the Pittsburgh Steelers type defense. So they don't blitz as much as the Steelers do in the NFL, but we've seen today when they have brought it, they've been effective. The only time they really haven't gotten there is the drive San Jose State put together to get the touchdown.
Here's a look at the top 10 AP poll. A busy weekend in college football. This is the way it sits right now. Of course, not shown there in the top 25 is Louisiana Tech the WAC champions, the reigning WAC champs. They have a big matchup, ranked 23rd in America, facing number 22 Texas A&M, but still a lot to be decided. It's mid-October. First BCS poll comes out tomorrow, and a lot to be settled nationally as well as regionally. This game here today at Spartan Stadium will go a long way in deciding the conference champion. Third down and 10 from the 33. Fails to the near sideline. Low throw. Did Grigsby get it? They say yes. He makes the grab at the 20.
What I like about that throw is he gets the ball out quick. Now look at Grigsby goes down, puts his hand underneath that ball. That's a great catch. This is the kind of things that scouts look at to see what type of things the receivers do when they have tough balls thrown out.
2 timeouts to work with, clock running, and stop now with 30 seconds to go. And they have 1 timeout remaining as they take one right here. Timeout Utah State.
He wants to get his guys under control. This defense from Utah State, if you think about it, San Jose State has been moving the ball up and down a little bit. But look at this catch. As that ball comes in, he gets his hands right underneath.
The field of a catch is being challenged by Utah State.
So you can see that view doesn't show it. The very first view that we had right here, watch where his arms are. See that? His hands are completely underneath the ball. So I don't see how they overturn that, especially the play earlier. Yeah, you see his hands are underneath. Now, I wonder if they're going to say that tip touched the ground, but compared to what we just saw before, that right there could cause it to turn over.
Ruling on the field is a catch by Grigsby at the 20-yard line.
I can tell you
enough to overturn that.
I'm not sure. They could if they say the tip of that ball. But when you look at the other side, it looks like his hands are underneath it. These fans here are going to go irate if this one gets overturned and the play before that Utah State had did not get overturned.
Well, and you can understand Gary Anderson taking a timeout here to give them some, this is a big play here.
Well, and that's what I was getting ready to lead to. Look at this defense and what they've been able to do. San Jose State's moved up and down the field a bit. As you watch the catch again, see, that's the part right there. His hands are clearly underneath it when that happens, but from this backside, you're seeing the back tip of the ball. So look at his hands, seeing his hands are underneath the ball. So that's a tough one. That's a lot tougher than the first one.
No question.
That's a lot tougher than the first one. But this defense has been playing so well. San Jose State, they've shot themselves in the foot a little bit. The pressure's been coming. But Utah State's did a good job. They didn't allow that first touchdown. They forced a field goal. They forced another field goal down here. So they're doing the bend, don't break. And so San Jose State has to be able to put touchdowns on the board to be in this game.
After further review, the ruling on the field stands. Completed pass.
So a big play for the Spartans.
Utah State is charged with a 30-second timeout. They have 1 timeout.
So first down at the 20, and more importantly, they're at least in field goal range now. Here's Coach Mack with the celebration after that call.
Well, I guarantee you, Coach Anderson wouldn't have called that if it was on his sideline, but that was right on the San Jose State sideline, so they saw the catch. They knew it was a catch.
Still 30 seconds to work with, and 2 timeouts remaining for the Spartans here. You've got plenty of time to take a couple cracks at the end zone, mix in a run if you need to.
Well, you have to. You have to loosen this defense up. Utah State plays like a quarters soft 2 defense, so you have to find the seams.
Eskridge in the backfield. Showing blitz loss, and he backs off on it. Bales has some time over the middle. Grigsby! Touchdown!
That play is huge. 24 seconds left on the clock. Look at what Bales do. Gives time for Grigsby. Does the seam route. That's how you beat the cover 4 coverage. You have to come back into the seams. They're going to review the catch, but you can see Grigsby doing it again. This is why he's the #1 receiver for San Jose State. When they need the big play, Grigsby gets it done for them.
6 catches, 131 yards. Will the touchdown stand? Here's another look.
See that right there, hands underneath. There's no way they can review that because you look, it's still underneath him, but you can't tell if it came out or not. Remember, it has to be inconclusive or conclusive to overturn a call, and I don't know if they got enough information off of that view.
If this stands, Grigsby will be the school record holder in terms of receiving yards at San Jose State.
That's something, because I played with some good guys, one guy in particular, Guy Liggins, rest his soul, that caught a lot of balls for a lot of yards. But look at this throw. Look at this nice seam route. He knows who's on him, gets around Devontae Glover right there to get to that open spot. Puts it right there. Now, catch, but see, the ball still seems like it's underneath him at that point. It doesn't look like it hit the ground. Here's a better shot of it. As he goes down, hands underneath, and he pulls it to him. It's hard to tell if the ball comes loose.
It will stand. Like the school record holder in receiving yards, Noel Grigsby with the touchdown grab, and what a comeback. They're within 9.
And this is what's huge. I like go for the 1 point. You don't need to go for the 2-point conversion. Get you the 1 point. And now you go into half. As long as you don't allow a kickoff return for a touchdown, you go into half, fighting your way back into this game. And now you can say, let's go out the second half and do something new.
Lopez tacks it on. 17 consecutive points from San Jose State to draw within 8. And, you know, it speaks to the character of this team. And Gary Anderson now, he's trying to find that switch to get momentum back on his side.
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely, because they came out on fire. Like you said, Trey, they seemed like the game might get mailed in. But what happened was the defense started to get a little stouter. The offense started figuring out some things, and because of that, they've been able to adjust and to make plays, and they've literally stopped what Utah State's been doing in the second quarter.
Grigsby has been a star. 2 huge diving catches, including the 20-yarder to draw him within 8. Fales is hooked up with Nunn and Grigsby now. And what a game here on homecoming at Spartan Stadium. Wade to Jacobs, and he'll take the touchback after the 25-yard line.
Right now, I think you're going to see Chucky Keaton come out and take a knee. You don't want to take any more chances. The big Mo has flowed over to San Jose State side. You want to get yourself back in halftime, make your adjustments, come back out, see what you can do.
This has to be new for both of these teams. They're not used to giving up big chunks of yardage, points. The way their defenses have played, it's a track meet right now. This has been a wild one.
Right. I'm shocked by this, but he called a timeout. Looks like they want to see what they can do.
Interesting timeout call here by Gary Anderson.
Well, I wonder if he's trying to figure out. Again, me personally, I take a knee in this situation. Let's get inside. Let's make our adjustments. You take a shot, something crazy could happen. I mean, you could score, but you could also fumble.
You know, you see an interesting timeouts having played in college and the NFL. Sometimes you think coaches use certain timeouts to deliver a message to the team. I mean, how things have just kind of come unraveled here. Is that a moment to get his team together?
That, or as you can see, they switched it. They went to kneel down. I think he's like, no, let's not do that. Let's just get out of here, because this is a smart play. You still have the lead. Don't give the opposing team an opportunity for you to make another error and some score happen.
Very interesting half of football. Utah State darting out to a 28-3 lead. David Fales and San Jose State answering with 17 straight. And we have a one-possession game here, an 8-point game heading into halftime homecoming here at San Jose State.
Past 2 years, you pointed it out, Trey. Past 2 years that came down to the final drive. Last year, San Jose State was winning, and Utah State came on the final drive to beat them. These guys are evenly matched, and when they play against each other, they learn how to battle, they fight each other, and you cannot count either one out until the final gun is fired off. This second half It's going to most likely be a great shootout.
Halftime coming up. The Aggies leading by 8 in this WAC opener in the Bay Area.